Hello and welcome to another video of Naval Action with RanGB. This time it's not going to be a full battle, it's only going to be a part of it. The reason why you are going to see through this video, because at one given moment you are going to see exactly what's going on. This was a mostly one versus one, first rate versus first rate. Of course there are other ships involved, but for the most part this is a display of well, how to use victory against a Santisima, I guess. The idea is that, well, we are assaulting the enemy line. In this battle we had two first rates, two victories versus this only Santisima. The only first rate actually didn't engage the Santisima. I was the only one doing so. The first rate was distracting most of the enemy ships while I was engaging the big ship. As you can see, moving close, I have received several and severe damage to the rigging. I have a pretty damaged set of sails, and soon I'm going to lose my bowsprit here, which is never a good thing. When you are leading assaults, you are going to become under very heavy fire, and here goes my bowsprit. And you probably will get either demasted or get some sails damaged. So here I proper repair to repair my sails. If I want to stay close to that Santisima, I'm going to need a degree of sail integrity in order for it not to sail away and for me to stay close to him without letting him stay far away. As you can see, I'm not opening up yet. I'm in pure pursuit here. I'm aiming for him, turning to keep him straight in front of me. I want to close in as fast as I can, and this is the best way to do so. Meanwhile, I'm also, by doing this, I'm getting a proper and good situation to, well, put some pretty damaging shots on that Trincomalee there. So yeah, coming close at one moment or another, he will have to stop turning because he's becoming closer and closer and closer to the wind, and the Santisima Trinidad against the wind is not really good. Not that the victory is super maneuverable either, but it's more than a Santisima. And finally, here you can see the Santisima gives up trying to turn, and I'm going to take this chance to cross behind him. Take a couple of ranging shots to be sure that the elevation is correct, and open up on his rear. So, well, first shot, pretty nice hits. Now I'm going to run parallel to him. Actually, I'm going to try to turn towards him to close in. The problem is that if you see the wind gates, to move close to him I have to go very close hauled, so I can't aim for his rear, I have to go directly for him. Otherwise I'm going to be mobilized over the water because of the position of the wind. I have an enemy on my starboard side, I have my starboard guns loaded, but I want to shoot them on this Santisima. The Santisima opens up on me. As you can see, I can't really move any further towards his rear. So here what I do is my little favorite move, the in and out as I call it, which involves initiating an attack against the wind. When you have the shot, stop it and reverse it. In order to reverse it, I brake a little bit, as you can see here, and then I double back the yards to move out of the attack. It's pretty effective because people don't see it coming. Also, they get stuck. There's not really a good option for the Santisima here. He could try to turn towards starboard, but and right now he's trying to escape essentially, so he's just extending, so to speak. So recovering a good angle, I'm in a beam reach. Wind is coming from the from 90 degrees to the port, so I'm going to be able to accelerate pretty quickly. The Santisima is moving against the wind again. That's a very complicated spot for a Santisima to be against the wind. It's an extremely powerful ship, but maneuverability is not that great. And of course it suffers seriously from the times it tries to go upwind. At this moment I think he's trying to attack. He opens up on me, gets some pretty good shots on my port bow. I pop a repair and unmask my own guns. And once they are unmasked, couple ranging shots, opening fire. Quite some hits, but actually not that much damage. I was actually surprised to see I didn't do that much. But still, well, those shots are on target, so good enough. So now he's attacking against the wind again. He's trying to swivel back towards a starboard tack. Probably to open up with his starboard side towards me. He's trying to give me double broadsides. But I'm more nimble than him, I'm more maneuverable. So I stabilize a little bit here to accelerate a little bit and I attack myself. That will open up my starboard side so I can fire on him again, and will delay his ability to shoot on me because I'm sliding into his rear side. I put some chaser shots on his sails, and as you can see, well, I'm out of the attack, and this is the reason why this battle won't be full and it's going to be only this fight. There was a scheduled maintenance and yeah, battle got interrupted and we didn't finish it, but still this fight was, I think, was pretty interesting to watch, and that's why I'm putting the video up. So well, task complete. Open up with my starboard guns and I double back and I attack against the wind again, this time on a starboard tack. The idea is to keep on trying to slide behind him. I'm not going to be able to because, well, a Victory is more maneuverable than a Santisima, but it's not that maneuverable. You can't stern camp a Santisima in a Victory, but you can really difficultate his shots. The key here is to put more shots on him that he's putting on you. Kind of DPS advantage through maneuverability. And you achieve that by denying him the angles to fire each time he's reloaded. If you delay each broadside by 30 seconds while you are shooting all of them as soon as they are ready, you are going to win a DPS advantage, you are going to win the engagement. So well, getting into the attack, you can see he has given up trying to turn to starboard because his starboard side is so damaged. I have put so many shots on it that he can't keep the turn because I have more friendly ships behind and they would hit that side and he will go down. So resume my position behind him. I'm in a rush. I have my chasers loaded with chainshot. I put some shots on his sails and I'm going to stay on this position. Now this position is extremely close hauled. Wind is coming from to a steep an angle from my port bow. But I don't want to go nuts here. I don't want to open myself up. I also have a little bit of flooding. Keeping this position is keeping me out of trouble with that Santisima. And I'm going to be able to take away that small flooding I have and to think my next step. Right now I'm mostly keeping a station here. I want to see what he does next. And if he does nothing, once I have my flooding gone, which is now, I will switch back to gunnery and I will decide upon what I want to do. Right now my idea is to keep this position and just chain him again. But now I realize that he's doing something. He's actually repairing his sails, which is actually a ballsy move on his part. I didn't expect him with the armor in that position. Is really a very interesting decision. I actually think it was correct. Because his only chance right now is to sail away from me and to put enough distance between us so he can mask that starboard side. Because that starboard side is all the fight for him. If he masks it, he he has the other side, he can keep on fighting. If he doesn't unmask it, well, we are going to keep on shooting at it and we are going to sink him. So he really needs the maneuverability here. So I start maneuvering myself because I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to sail away and try to get enough distance to turn and give us his more protected side, and I'm having none of that. So I put my bow out of the wind, ranging shot, opening up, and this pretty much seals the deal. Now, you could have said that he should have repaired armor, but honestly, in his position and with the sales in the states they were, he was down to 86%, I think. He didn't have the maneuverability or the ability to sail away, and the repairing armor is going to repair maybe 25% of your armor, 40 at the most. He really needed the maneuverability to move away. Of course, I didn't give him the time, but I actually was surprised to see him repairing sails there. As I said, I think it was a pretty smart choice. It didn't work, but that's also because I was in a position where he simply couldn't move away. Well, he could move away, but he couldn't hide his starboard side. So well, out of the wind again. Getting close to be able to open up and finish the job. There you go. Steady on this course. Couple of ranging shots. Range is correct. Opening up. And the Santisima is down. So well, that's going to be it for this video. Of course, the rest of the battle you aren't going to see because actually nothing interesting happened. After a couple minutes of the Santisima going down, server was rebooted, we got kicked, and we never finished this battle. So we don't even have damage reports on damage numbers. But I think this is a very interesting fight, both from the defensive point of view of the Santisima, because I think it was actually very well driven, and from how to assault it and how to beat it, using Victory's better maneuverability to stand over the 140 guns and the Santisima has a 30 gun advantage. It's a 30% higher gun count. So yeah, the Santisima is an extremely dangerous ship. So yep, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun. As always, thank you very much for watching and see you later.